welcome to Gigonometry, our June edition, and we have the pleasure of having the company of RadioRoom. We've just come on stage having played a stomper, like 25-minute set. It was like on and it was off. We had mad drumming from Marco, we had mad guitar playing and hopping around all over the stage from Rob, and of course Collie and Stephen doing their shit in the background as well. Yeah. So come here, who's the yapper in the group?
The what?
The yapper.
Yapper. Yeah, I think myself. Yeah.
Talking to you earlier on before the gig, I think Robbie had a few things to say. All right, yeah. So come here. How did the gig go for you? How are you feeling? You were saying you wrecked from partying all night last night or something.
No, I wasn't partying. It was just kind of like lack of sleep or something. But yeah, it was really good. We haven't played
jamming sessions.
Yeah, we were doing a few late night jamming sessions as well. But we haven't played a gig in a while, so we love the workman's. The sound is really nice here. So
it's a superb venue. The sound engineers are always like spot on, and they've got a lot of work done to the room, so it's acoustically perfect now as well.
Yeah, it's very on point today. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So come here, RadioRoom. Did you meet in BIM or something like that? How long have you been together? Tell us the backstory. Who's going to fill us in on the details? Marco, come on, give us a blast.
Well, we're probably one of the only non-BIM bands in Dublin at this stage. But me and Robbie wanted to start a band. What was it, 5 years ago? We wanted to start about 5 years ago, and I had been taking drum lessons, usual shite, but didn't take much seriousness in it until Robbie was like, "Do you want to start a band?" And then he was in school with these two guys. I think you know the exact date when we started.
Yeah, I was like, I love writing on my walls. I do a lot of like graffiti and stuff, and then I think it was the 20th of March 2010, but we didn't release Art in Series until September 2011. We got like a real long time,
Yeah, and you have an album recorded and ready for release as well. So so it's already out and stuff. Yeah, deadly. And you tell us about the writing and recording of that. Where did that all happen, and over what period of time? And
we started writing the album in 2013. We done, I think it was 4 EPs in the space of a year. So we had this like target, say like 15 tracks, and then towards the last 2 EPs, we were like, all right, let's not release any more music. This is getting a bit mad. And then 2013, we kind of said, let's try and write an album, just give it an attempt. And then towards the end, we started talking producers, and then 2014 we recorded it and just kind of didn't say anything about it and released it last month, and it's been pretty crazy. Yeah.
Okay, great. And the launch date is going to be some end of July, beginning of August, something like that. Summertime release anyway, or whatever.
We're bringing the launch at the moment. Whatever. We'll play a headline show.
Great. And come here, where does the whole sound come from? Because like from the moment you started playing, like Marco, you're just all over the kit, man. You're just trashing it away like a demon. The 2 guitar players and Stephen on bass, yeah, you're just a nutcase. You know what I mean? So, which is great, and it's just this like sonic onslaught. So, like, what are your influences like for yourself, Stephen?
I don't know. What kind of has been varied over the last 5 years. I mean, we started off so poppy, it was ridiculous. Like, it's not even nearly like what we used to play. Like, so I don't know. I mean, I can't really think of a band that we would go like, oh yeah, this is what we like to listen to. We kind of want to sound like this. Like, I just can't really think of anything. But band wise, it really does vary. Like, we don't really bring it up like influences.
As cliche as it sounds, we actually do listen to so much different music. Anywhere from Ellie Goulding up to fucking the biggest metal band you can think of.
Well, I think we're a lot more honest though, like in writing now, because like back then, even though we weren't always like, we'd never bring up a band and say we want to sound like this. We kind of just go, well, but I think we knew in our subconscious what bands we all listened to, and that kind of way. I think like in the past 2 years, there was a lot more honesty in the writing, like in the sense that like we're writing songs more so for ourselves as opposed to thinking who we're writing them for. And I think like the sound we kind of have now and the music we're writing right now is kind of like what we should have been always, that kind of way.
Isn't that great when a band comes to that stage when you realise, let's just do what we really want to do? Like, isn't that brilliant? And Collie, for you, like, what would you been listening to as a guitar player? Like, who are your big influences and stuff?
Big influence? It just depends. Like, it could be anything from month to month. Like, I think that's what influences my writing. It's kind of whatever I'm listening to at the minute. Like, if I'm listening to some stuff like La Dispute, I'll end up maybe writing some stuff like that. Whereas if I'm listening to like electronic music at the time, it could end up like with mad distorted, delayed riffs and stuff. So it really does depend on all that.
That's deadly. Yeah. Because it does come.
He comes out with a lot of country riffs,
There is no shame in that, man. I love country music. Went through my country music phase as well. Yeah.
A few Cavan riffs.
He has riffs that sound like they're from Cavan or something like that.
No shame in that at all. Deliverance, man. I mean, if you like Deliverance, you're going to have to bring some of that stuff in from time to time. And that's brilliant. And you know, it really does come across then, because I'm getting nothing out of you in terms of influences, and that's great, because you really couldn't pinpoint you to any particular band or any particular sound. So I'm delighted to hear that it's just organically expressing itself the way it should be. You know what I mean?
I think, yeah, it's so hard. I think like Russian Circles, we'd be slightly close to people. 1 or 2 people have actually said Russian Circles to us.
And that was my next question. Well done, Marco. You're a mind reader as well as an explorer. Yeah. Was who have people been telling you sound like? So Russian Circus. Anybody else?
We got this, like, there was a alternative press wrote about us on their website, on their Facebook page. It's like someone signed article thing. They said minus the Bear, who are like really like poppy, and like I think we're a far cry from that. I can't. Who else was there? Do you know what? Like a lot of local bands. Like we kind of write to what they're kind of doing. You know, kind of way, in a sense. Like it's not competition. It's more so like that really sounded. We go see a band live. Like we have mates in O'Connell. Whenever we go see them live, it's like that was really cool. Let's go back to the practice room and kind of work on music. It's inspiring. You know, that kind of way. Take a lot of influence from those guys. Like
that's something I've noticed in the last number of years in Dublin. Like the original music scene is so incredibly good that bands themselves, who are music lovers, are going to see other bands and getting incredibly really influenced by them, you know, and it's great. So it's like its own organic scene is happening or something like that, you know.
I think it's definitely a big thing about being in a band is kind of like supporting your mate's band, because you're all in the same boat at the end of the day, aren't you? Like?
Absolutely. Yeah, there's a really great collaborative going on, I think, since the recession and the collapse of the record empire as well. You know, people aren't striving for that goal of a record deal, so they're kind of helping each other out and playing in each other's bands and stuff, you know, which is really a nice change to see as well. So what's next, Robbie? What's the next thing after the launch gig in late July, early August?
Like we had like this like big 12-month plan before the album came out, and then the album came out, and then it kind of just got so thrown up in the air. There's been some mad, overwhelming changes, I guess, with all like that, all the press article and all this mad stuff and all. So we're kind of not lost, but it's just we were told not to make plans. Like we've had a lot more Skype phone calls than over the past. It's just been mental. Like, so we haven't made any plans. We're not not afraid to make plans, but we just don't want to do anything yet in case we jinx it. So we're kind of just going with the flow and see what happens.
Which is great. It seems like you guys just kind of go with your gut in a way, don't you? You know, and I think that's a really good. It's a good thing to do. You know, not get influenced by too many people. There's a lot of sharks out there and stuff. You know what I mean? You want to avoid those geezers for a start. You know what I mean? So aspirations, lads. Where would you like to be? Marco, tell me, what would your dream?
Country.
No, situation with the band, man. Where do you want to be playing? What sort of audiences?
Go to Spain.
You want to go on tour, yeah?
Like just as big as the band could possibly go. Take it there.
Yeah.
Take us anywhere. Take it wherever we have to go to make the band.
Yeah.
A proper band, a touring band. Take me there. That's where I want to be.
I can see that happening for you.
We want that ability to kind of like not have so much responsibility here at home and go on tour and kind of know that like we're okay on tour, and if we go home we're not going to be like thrown out by our mums or anything like that. You know?
We're ready to take the risk to invest in touring anywhere. If it means like we have to go to England and it's going to cost us so and so, just do it. Like just do it.
It's a holiday, man, isn't it? You know, we're around, as far as we know, we're only here one time around. You know, and I think you guys will stick the long road definitely, because these are obviously really good mates. He's obviously really love playing live. As soon as you kicked off, Marco, the rest of the band just clicked in, and it was just brilliant. He's had the audience totally sucked in from the word go. So thank you so much for playing from all of us at Gigonometry.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Goodbye.
To live and die away. The coldest, the baddest, the consequences. They